Hello, ladies. My first MegaWomen event is happening here in Dallas, Texas. And the details will follow very shortly on all my social media platforms. So what will you expect when you come here to Dallas? You will have free health screenings. You will learn about branding. Somebody is going to pitch their idea and win a prize. But most importantly, one of the things I am passionate about is seeing our young ladies go to the collegiate level. And we're going to have the opportunity to give somebody scholarship in this meeting. So I hope that you will make plans. You will bring your girlfriends, you will share, but you will follow me on social media for all the updates for the first MegaWomen event here in Dallas. I look forward to seeing you ladies. Why? Because we are a hidden economy. Why do you need PR support? My guest today will tell you all about that. But as you know, I like to give a scripture that describes my guest to you. Isaiah 41 and verse 13. For I, the Lord your God, will hold your right hand, saying to you, fear not, I will help you. My guest today is Tiara Tucker. I've been practicing that. Did I get that right?
It's Tiara, but I love Tiara too.
Yes, we do like our tiaras, but Tiara. Tiara, welcome back. It's been a while. And I just want to say before I get going, I am so proud of you. You were one of my first guests, and I get to watch you just explode. So tell me, my friend, what's been this journey like?
Well, first of all, thank you so much. It is an honor to just be in your presence, your energy. And who you are is just a blessing.
Thank you.
That is definitely a fact. So it's been an interesting journey.
Yes.
When I was first with you, I was still working in corporate America, doing my business on the side. But now that I'm with you today, I'm a full-time entrepreneur.
I know, with your headquarters. So what has been the transition been like? What's the transition been like?
Yeah, so actually February of 2023 is when I officially had my last day at my corporate, with my corporate career.
Yeah.
After 18 years, it was an amazing corporate career journey.
Okay, you need to press pause because in that period of time, you've done a lot of different things. So you're doing your PR and working at the same time. So you have to explain that to my audience because you know they might not have followed you. So you were working and still doing your PR, setting up your PR. Yes. So how did you manage to balance both?
Yeah, so great question. So I started in corporate America right after college.
Yeah.
And so I held various roles, but my focus was always on PR and communications and the community. Yeah. So after a few years in my role that I started in, I received an opportunity to work in our public affairs department.
Yeah.
Amazing experience, just touching so many lives and so many communities.
Yes.
And so I was always focusing on PR on the side, right? Because I got my degree in PR, my master's in communication. So it was always in me.
Yeah.
So I was just doing things on the side for fun. And then eventually I put a name on it, Tiara PR Network. Yeah,
exactly.
Still doing it on the side. So different opportunities would present themselves, such as, you know, editing a book or hosting events or speaking or emceeing or anything.
Being on the red carpet, being the host and interview. See, I follow you. Being an interviewer on the red carpet at various events.
Absolutely.
I just slipped that one right in there. Come on.
Yeah, so I always had this burning sensation that I wanted to really become an entrepreneur. Not an entrepreneur on the side or solopreneur and all those fancy titles.
Right.
And so I finally just, after a lot of prayer, a lot of being full of fear,
yes.
I finally felt that it was the time, and I made my jump. So February 2023 is when I decided to officially jump.
And what a jump! What a leap of faith! Because you had your headquarters, you're still hosting and doing all the things that you were doing before. Now you're just getting paid for it fully. So what helped establish that leap?
I would say it was a long time coming. Mm-hmm. It was something that I always envisioned. It was something that I always saw myself doing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I had a career that I really loved. So I'm not like some people who like, oh, I hate this, right?
Yeah.
So for me, it was building the confidence. It was trusting in the timing.
Very good. Very good.
It was, I would like to say, leaning not
on your own
understanding. And it was also having the combination of, there were some people that would say, oh, just jump.
Yeah.
And I hear that. But I also believe that strategy is important too.
And infrastructure. Yes. You're coming from corporate America.
Exactly.
You know about infrastructure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So timing is important. And so I finally felt like, you know what? I feel this is the year.
Yeah.
So this was years coming, but I finally felt like that was the year. Now, I'll tell you, the day, the month, all of that, I didn't know. And so I just finally jumped. And funny thing is, I say that I chose Black History Month.
Yes. and you're going to do it. It's Black History Month. Next month is International Women's Month.
Let's do it for the ancestors.
Hello.
And so I did it. Yeah. And I'll tell you, when I did it, I was still afraid.
Yeah, we do things afraid, honey. Because fear, at some point, fear subsides and faith kicks in.
Yeah.
It always happens. And as the infamous quote is, do it in fear, just do it.
Yeah.
If you sit down, you're sitting down in fear. So you might as well get up and get on with it in fear. But you have a passion for people, right? Because that's being in PR, you have to have a passion for people. But you have a passion that's taken you across the broad spectrum. So explain that passion for people.
Yeah, so I really think it started when I was a little girl, probably born, right?
I had the same feelings too.
Right?
Yes.
So even as a little girl, I remember some of my early memories of loving communication and loving people.
Yeah.
I remember when I wrote a letter to Santa and I won in kindergarten.
So
that awarded me.
Yes,
that awarded me an opportunity to be VIP on Santa's choo-choo train. So my mother and I rode on the train with Santa. So just little experiences of just always being an advocate and speaking and writing and just trying to have a good understanding and rapport and relationship with people and diverse people. So even throughout my life, it's not just this culture or that culture, but I have a desire to get to know all walks of life.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you're at the highest ranking in the company or if you're,
the stranger
coming in. Exactly. So it's just always been a passion for people. And then I found myself as I got older, some of the opportunities that were being presented to me, or I will even say that I was being called to. Very good. Very good. They involved making a greater impact on people, on families, on mankind. And it's big to even think that way. That you could be doing work that impacts generations. But when I learned to finally accept that calling, I just started walking into it a little bit more.
Would you call yourself an influencer? And if you do, why?
Yeah, it's a great question. So to be honest with you, I would not call myself an influencer, but I will call myself influential.
Yes. And why?
Well, I feel like the word influencer, people throw that around.
Yeah,
oh, you're a
today.
Social media influencer. And my question is, what are you influencing?
Right.
Because if you're influencing something, you should be influencing something, in my opinion, that makes an impact.
Yes.
Is it making an impact on the way people think? Is it making an impact on what people feel, do, believe?
Yeah.
And so for me, I'm not a big titles person, but I will say that I'm influential.
Good.
And I only know that because that's what I've been told.
Yeah. You won't sing your own praises, but you will quote others what they say about you. I like it, girl. But The reason why I asked that, because as I said, I follow you, and I've seen just the broad spectrum of people, places, surroundings. You're an African American, but you don't stay within the culture. The culture has not constrained you in any way. In fact, I would say it's helped enlarge you because it's made you very relevant, especially when we talked about this when you first came, diversity, right? And so I see that influential side of you being very diversified. Would you describe yourself like that?
I definitely would. I'll say that I am all for my culture. I tell people, I can walk in the room and I'll be Black girl magic. You walk in the room and you are already Black girl magic. However, for me, making an impact extends beyond, one culture. It's been a blessing over the past few years to be invited into rooms and environments where I'm meeting people from other